App and on your smart speaker. This is the talkSPORT 2 Social.
A very good afternoon. You're listening to The Social on talkSPORT 2. It's Sam Ellard and CJ, the Deluded Gooner, with you until 5 o'clock this afternoon. American broadcaster master Tesfatsion is standing by, ready to dive right into Arsenal and their title defence. We'll bring you all the latest transfer news shortly with Ben Jacobs. Plus, we'll chat Liverpool and the expectations for the new season. And we'll talk Mo Salah, who's got his new club. He is heading to Turkey. Lots to come in the next hour on The Social, and it's talkSPORT 2.
The talkSPORT 2 Social.
Master Tesfatsion, have I got that right?
Man, you nailed it. 2 for 2 now.
Did
You're
I
2
really?
for 2. You
I
killed
thought so.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm like. It's not that difficult to say, is it really?
No.
Tesfatsion.
You'd be surprised.
Really?
You'd be surprised.
You've had some bad ones, have you?
Some I can't say on air.
Oh, really?
Well, the first name with Master and a last name starts with a T. Yes, there's been some butchering that's happened.
Oh, I get it.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I get that one. For people maybe listening who don't know too much about you, you've been part of some of our great YouTube content over the summer, haven't you?
Yeah, we did that swear together, me and Will Gavin. We did it through the run-in, also throughout the World Cup. Expanded sport and giving content and a live daily show 7 days a week with the intention we distribute out all across different American platforms. Obviously, we were live on YouTube and throughout talkSPORT. It was a great time. It was an amazing time. Hopefully something we continue doing, but popped in the office and Gabs roped me in, and I'm sure there's a lot to talk about.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's very talkSPORT, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you in? Do you want to come and chat to us for a little bit?
I feel like I owed Gabs this one because I did. I've turned on the last 2 or 3. So
have you?
Yeah. So
was he producing your show?
Yeah, he was part of it. Yeah. Gabs did his thing. Lucy, Will. We had a great crew. We had a really great crew, and hopefully the show continues in its form, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, be upset I didn't get asked to go on at some point.
Talk to him.
Why'd you hate me, Gabs?
Let it go. Yeah.
Let's talk Arsenal. I don't know whether maybe I should hand the platform over to both of you two.
Ask your questions, man.
We're here, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you are an Arsenal fan, Master.
Yeah. Who do you support?
I support Liverpool.
Okay.
And
I'm Eritrean, so Alexander Isak's there, so
Yeah. So I'm quite. This isn't about Liverpool, it's about Arsenal, but I'm kind of quietly confident. I was saying to CJ earlier, there are some things that we need to do ourselves. Certainly a 6, obviously a wide player as well. But I even think you go a little bit further, right back, centre back. We'll talk Liverpool a little bit later on. But you are an Arsenal fan who is quite confident that you're going to sign Vinnie Jr.
I feel good about this one. The day we were on air, the Monday after the Champions League final. And I went on air and I told Will Gavin, I told our audience, if Arsenal is serious about being a huge contender and winning the Champions League, they would go get Vinny. And I thought that was the biggest move they needed to make this summer. I wasn't sure if they were going to make that move because, these kind of bold summer transfer windows, splurging for a big player. Last summer I thought they should have gone after Alexander Isak, and they didn't. They settled for Victor Gyökeres, which provided mixed results, respectfully.
What mixed results? He won us the Premier League. Number 14.
A lot of people won the Premier League.
We're in 14.
A lot of people.
Yeah, every player played their part.
A lot of people won the Premier League. But they didn't go after Isak. Instead, they settled for Gyökeres. And I thought, is Berta and the club going to do the same here? But the simple fact that they've made this strong offer, that they've gone after him, what it seems like reportedly for a couple months now, and they're making this strong push.
Has there been an offer though?
Indirectly been speaking with his agents,
reportedly, I think it's clear at this point, based off the reports, that there has been talks.
There's been enough encouragement, clearly. Whether Vinny is played, we all know, like at the negotiating table, there's a lot of games being played. Whether Vinny genuinely wants to join us, whether he's playing our interests against Real Madrid, whether Real Madrid have a poker face and they want him to stay, but it's a take it or leave it thing. We don't know. What I would say is Arsenal, whether we get him or not, there has to have been some level of encouragement, whether it's a lie or not, for us to pursue him. Because even when David Ornstein kind of brokered the news and everyone looked at the article and went, oh my God, Vinny to Arsenal. When you looked at it, it kind of is contingent on the contract. But one thing that enticed me is apparently all levels of Arsenal, from Josh Kroenke all the way to Berta and all the side teams, that were all on board to go and get this done. As you lot know yourself, if we are going to sign Vinny, it's a massive financial package, whether that's the transfer fee, whether it's the reported signing bonus, etc. And I think Master's right in that this is an ambitious move. This is a move that would say, listen, we're serious about winning the Champions League.
They have to do this.
They have to.
And the gap has been, in terms of, I'd say this with the club and also the fans too, Like when the fans, after the Premier League was won and they were treating the Champions League finals as a free hit, I did not agree with that sentiment at all. I thought that was like
a Champions League final can't be a free hit.
But there was a lot of people in the fan base that were saying the same, and I did not agree with that. I just felt like that was a small club mindset for a club and a fan base that thinks they're big. You make these kind of decisions. You go after the biggest players in the summer transfer window. You win every trophy you possibly can. That's what big clubs do. You sign Vinícius Jr. There's no doubt in anyone's mind in terms of what you think perception-wise. The reality meets the perception that Arsenal is the biggest club in London, regardless of what Morgan Rogers thinks. Arsenal's the biggest club in England, regardless of what anyone else thinks. And now you're taking a player out of his prime from Real Madrid and bringing him to North London. That sends shockwaves all across Europe and all around the world.
What do you guys think Arsenal do if you don't get Vinnie Jr?
Well, then we have scouts just have to do their jobs. Granted, it might not be a sexy name, it might not be a household name, and I know fans would obviously have something to say, but I always hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Obviously, I hope we sign Vinny, but worst case scenario, I want to be upset about Vinny. We signed some random left winger that we don't know about, and granted, we're not screaming and shouting about him in August, but in the months and years to come, he might be a good bit of business. We were speaking about this off air. As much as I want Vinícius Jr. and I hope we get him, regardless, there has to be an evidence of, we used to be the team that would find these kind of guys, quote unquote, before they became household names. You look at Vinícius Jr. It wasn't like Cristiano Ronaldo where he was signed from Man United off the back of winning World Player of the Year. They bought him, like Vinny was playing for 2 minutes in Brazil's senior leagues and they bought him. That's the kind of things we need to do. Like you look with Mo Salah, he was labelled a Chelsea flop. He was at Italy, you took him. I very much doubt Liverpool fans, when you signed Mo Salah, were up in arms and proclaiming him, but it's fair to say that worked. So I think we need to do that. Another reason I want Vinny beyond the obvious is, you look through our history, Dennis Bergkamp, you go to the Emirates, you look at Mesut Ozil and Alexis, that's sick. We've signed a lot of good players, but there's signings that have changed the trajectory of this football club. Vinícius Jr. would be that, and I don't want to put too much pressure on him, because as much as I
put that pressure on him.
Put that pressure. No, he has that pressure, but at the end of the day, he is one man, innit? Like, he can't do it alone.
Put that pressure on him.
He would tell me, a bit like what you said, is we're serious about the Champions League, we're serious about seizing the present.
Do you think that's the one thing that was lacking Arsenal last season in the Champions League?
Individual brilliance.
How good you were defensively.
100%.
Sometimes maybe there was times in those big games where you looked offensively, and certainly with Saka not being at his best, Odegaard's form has dipped. You did think, do Arsenal have that player that can produce that moment of quality? And maybe you didn't have that last season.
No, the biggest issue with Arsenal has been there's only one style of play that they can win, especially in these big games. And it as much as people disagreed with their approach against PSG, it was going to be a 1-0 victory that was going to get it over the line to beat PSG. PSG can beat you multiple ways. They can, as they showed in the first leg 2 years ago in the semifinal, they beat Arsenal at the Emirates 1-0. They scored early on from Kvaratskhelia goal off the left wing.
Take our chances,
again, and as many chances as Arsenal had, they closed that door. PSG can beat you many ways. That's what Arsenal now needs to take that next step to. They need to find ways where they can win the game in multiple ways. But they showed that in 2022, 2023, that they can play free flow styling, attacking style, having the inverted fullback. They've got the inverted fullback with Calafiori, an upgrade over Zinchenko. Like, that style still exists. It's just a matter of finding that one creative player that can help unlock that. And if you add a Vinícius Jr. with Bruno Guimaraes, now we're talking multiple ways that you can beat teams, and the depth as well that you can beat teams regardless of the injuries they deal with. So I haven't even thought about who else they would sign. I am so locked in on this. I think it's going to happen. I don't think about anything else besides the fact that it's going to be Vinícius Jr. He's going to come to Arsenal.
I like your optimism. I have to say, listen, as a Liverpool fan, obviously, you sign Vinnie Jr. It's going to be an incredible signing. But for the Premier League, it'd be so cool to have like a genuine superstar, make that move from a big club to another big club. So yeah, I'd be here to see it.
I heard people talking about it. Would that be the biggest transfer in Premier League history?
I said behind.
Arguably.
I think Ronaldo coming back at the time was made just because it was Ronaldo.
Yeah, but that was kind of sentiment, though, man. I hear it, but that was very sentimental. Yeah, it weren't him in his prime.
Twilight of his career, he left after Juventus. Like, he came back more as like a, I don't know, trying to get United back on, bringing the pride back to United, and that just kind of blew up in their face.
You're saying this is the guy that's now ready-made.
He's in his prime.
He's 26.
He's 26 years old. He's 16 goal contributions to Real Madrid in finals. That's tied for the most in Real Madrid history with Puskas, Karim Benzema, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Probably should have won a Ballon d'Or. He scored in 2 Champions League finals. Like, this guy,
he's a superstar, isn't he?
He is a global superstar.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, exactly.
100%.
He's got the commercials. He's got the deal. Like, the superstar model. Like, he is that dude. And that's what I'm saying. And again, Arsenal, we always try to talk down in terms of pressure. No, we got to live up to the pressure.
No. We definitely do. We need all that pressure.
And apply that pressure to Vinny, because he's shown time and time again in big games he loves that pressure.
No, my thing is,
you saw at the Anfield. What were you guys up 2-0 against Real Madrid? What was it?
Yeah, the 5-2 game.
The 5-2 game, yeah. And was it the deflection that he had against Alex? Like the curler that he had on his right foot. He scored 2 goals in that game. Like, he loves the big stage. He loves the spotlight. He's shown up time and time again against Man City. He's shown up time and time against Liverpool. Like he's built for the Premier League. He is built to have big games and big moments.
He's definitely got the bravado. It's just I don't expect one man to do it. That was just my point. Like, one man can't make the difference.
Do you think, CJ, this signing clearly does signal a shift in Arsenal's style of play for next season?
Style of play, I don't know, but it would show that, again, we're relying on individual brilliance if it gets to that. Our style of play needs to change anyways. It's a threefold. The tactics need to evolve. I think my players have to want to take it up to the next level, because we show our players, our attacking players, whatever you think about Kai, whatever you think about Gyökeres, this one, that one, they had their moments. You could argue Gyökeres scored a goal that won us the league. Kai against Burnley. We need greater consistency. You touched on Bukayo Saka. And I mainly thought about this in the Champions League final, but then I go back to the League Cup final. Sometimes you need to arrive in the right moments where players are in form, players are fit in health. Going to the transfer market, you've obviously got players to take it to another level. So it's a twofold. We need to evolve tactically. The players need to want to take it to another level. And obviously, I hate to use these connotations, but Mikel Arteta might have to loosen the handbrake, really. When you've got Bruno, when you've got Rice, when you suffocate with that high line, maybe we could gamble and allow teams to stay further up the field. Because these are conversations, whether it's left wing, whether it's about playing a quote-unquote more attacking football, these are conversations we've had. I admittedly don't know where I stand on attacking football, because my footballing principles, I'm a Wenger baby. I love all of that amazing football, but I just want to win games. And when you look at it, it's not just an Arsenal thing. The ball is in playing the Premier League less times than it's ever been. It's systemic football. It's low blocks. It's not just us. But we've known we needed to break down low blocks and do these things.
We face more low blocks than any other team in Europe.
And we have been winning games on margins. We kind of win and lose games on fine margins. Like, there's games where we'll win 1-0 and statistically we've had possession, we've had more shots, etc., etc. Likewise, you mentioned PSG. When you look back at the statistics from that second leg, we were close. But with the eye test, there was those moments that went against us. Just like in the Champions League final. Obviously, Kvaratskhelia doesn't get that penalty. It's a different kind of game.
They were not going to score an open play goal. They were not going to score an open play goal.
Individuals will always make the difference, and we need that now. And Vinny's that.
He is that, because now you get in a position. Yeah, sure, you can try and attack with your right back if you want to, but you got Vinny on the left wing like that. Yes, everyone talks about the pressing and all that stuff. I don't think it's as bad as people think. You go back 2 years ago with Vinícius Jr. I mean, with Bukayo Saka, he wasn't necessarily the greatest defender. Let's be honest here. But in the last 2 years, he has stepped it up tremendously.
And it's like you mentioned PSG. PSG, they got all the great attackers. Luis Enrique demands they will go back. So if they can do it, we're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, they run, don't they?
You've got Bukayo Saka on the right, in form, doing what he's doing in an ideal world. You've got Vinny. Forget about it.
Well, one name that's maybe been loosely linked with Manchester United, but how would you guys feel about, if obviously this is not the number one preference, but as a backup option, a different option, Marcus Rashford?
I wouldn't mind him, honestly. I truly.
So you put your head in your hand. You say you don't mind him.
I wouldn't mind him, bro.
He's that sort of player, though, isn't he? I think he does divide opinion, though, doesn't he? Rashford?
I like him. I want him to have a clean run.
I'm more like I don't think he's Arsenal
level. Why do
Arsenal
need Rashford? For what?
I think Vinny's going to happen, but if it doesn't happen, I wouldn't mind. If you end up in a situation where you bring in Julian Alvarez and you bring in Marcus Rashford, I think that's a huge upgrade.
Scouts just do your jobs. I like Rashford. I want him to have a clean run. I like the illusion of Marcus Rashford. He's obviously got ability.
But last season, though, he performed and produced at Barcelona.
Because he's in a different scenario, and that's why I think, for me personally, I think Rashford needs to go abroad. You're out of the British press. You're just living your life. You're being divorced. I'm not expecting players to do it for 38 games.
What bad press did he get from the World Cup, though?
No, that's what I'm saying. You're out of it now.
But even when he was with England, though,
is he going to do it for 25 or 30 of them 38 games? Would they question mark him defensively? Actually, when you go and look at what Barcelona are saying, that's a big plus point beyond the obvious as to why they went for Anthony Gordon. Rashford has ability. I'm not interested if you can't do it for the majority of the season. We've got players that if there's 10 games, lads, if there's 10 games, 2 games they're amazing, 3 games they're indifferent, 4 games they're up and down. I don't want that.
You're not going to be paying $100 million for him, no. It's
you're going to have to give. You're going to have to give. Even if they. This is the trap.
What would be the transfer fee for?
It's going to be 30 to 50 million, but you're going to have to give him handsome wages. Yeah. But forget that.
30 to 50 million in this kind of marketplace right now,
and his wages,
the wages. I can understand the wages aspect of that.
Just based purely on ability, and I appreciate he had a good year last year at Barcelona. From his Man United days, you think he's for Arsenal, who are title winners now, wanting to go again, win the Champions League.
I think you buy low with opportunity.
You think he's consistent enough?
I mean, the consistency aspect of it is a good question to have, but I think you bring him in. I think you bring him in with Arteta, and you see what happens, because right now, what Arsenal's showing you right now, they're in a win now mode. They're not signing young guys.
So is Rashford win now?
That's the idea. Yeah, coming off of the bounce.
Do you class Rashford as a win now?
He was part of a Barcelona side that won La Liga last year.
So we signed Rashford. That's a statement of intensity.
That's a win now. Yeah, that's an intentional win now.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Ultimately, what is?
I like him. Don't get it twisted.
You keep Gabriel Martinelli too, and then you have to.
But this is my point. We've already got I don't think any of my attackers are bad. But there's a degree of uncertainty. We're not surprised if Kai scores or doesn't score. The same for Gyökeres, the same for Noni, the same for Martinelli, the same for half of them. I like Zolis, but as much as I think he's good, we haven't seen him. Why add a bit of I know every signing's a risk, but that's about 5 names, and there's probably some I've missed out. Why add Rashford into that? For me,
you add a young guy, you're gonna have the same uncertainty though. Like,
but it's more
who's a player that comes in right now that you're like, oh, he's definitely gonna bang 10 goals. But I'm saying, what's the name?
Scouts do your jobs. I would rather scouts do their jobs and find me an unknown Joe Blogs than take the gamble of Marcus Rashford.
That's unproven as well.
If you win I know there's everything's a risk.
Tizzoli is already the gamble that you're talking about because
he's not, because the club have scouted him for the best part of 2 years.
I understand they've scouted him.
He's a gamble to us unknown fans.
He's a gamble because he's not Premier League proven. Like, that's the reality of the situation. As direct as he can be and all the great stats that he had in the Belgium league, we don't know how that's going to translate over. We thought Gyökeres would transfer over. He was the European Golden Boot winner, and he scratched and clawed for 14 league goals.
I told people with relation to Gyökeres, there'd be an exchange rate. Gyökeres has done his job. In relation to Rashford, and again, I don't necessarily care about attacking players tracking back. As a fan, all you want to see is goals. But we're all sensible enough to know that you have to do that. You look at his defensive stats. Like I said, I don't care. But reality is, you don't do that under Mikel Arteta. There's issues. They're poor. Don't get it twisted though. Rashford has ability, and you can. The defensive aspect of the game is more buying into it. I just think there's more downside than upside. I like Rashford, so we can have that clear. I like him. I like the illusion of Marcus Rashford. It's when I'm looking at 38 games, 50 odd games in all comps, I'm not convinced. I'm not.
The way I'm looking at it is there needs to be more balance, and we can't be continuously depending on the right side, especially
100%.
If he stays healthy or not. At this point, we have 2 years of examples in which we can just assume at this point that if we get a healthy Saka for a whole season, it'd be a miracle. Like, he's going to deal with injuries at a certain point.
Crossed, man.
Fingers, yeah. There's a reason why you're crossing fingers, because again, the last 2 years shows that unfortunately he's had to deal with injuries and he's missed a huge stint, and we've had to rely on Noni Madueke on the right side. We need a player that can provide that level of balance. And again, whatever you may think of Marcus Rashford in terms of that consistency, he does consistently provide a balance from an attacking perspective that defensively that people have to be aware of, and they can no longer load up on our right side.
One more for you. Both. In terms of centre-back, obviously there's a Saliba problem. Do you guys have enough centre-backs and options that can go in at centre-back, but you're currently okay for the season? Yeah, or do you think you need to add that?
I think currently we've got enough, but one needs to come into the squad because, I think Saliba's injury has taken like the spotlight. We're all talking about that. The right-hand side, Timber and White, they're known to get injuries. Suddenly you get 2 injuries, you're starting to have to chop and change. We need someone. Now, whether that's going to be Konza or scouts are going to do their job in the same...
Would you be happy with Konza?
The price tag is crazy.
It depends on the fee.
Price tag is crazy.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It depends on the fee.
60 million?
No, you're going mad. You're going mad. Go and scout some random Joe Blogs. That's 27. That's an unknown entity.
The kid they're talking about, Ramon from Como, he was a Real Madrid product. He's 20 years old, 21 years old. That defensively, you talk about the scouts doing their job. I have no concern with the scouts in terms of defensively.
They seem to
Mosquera, Saliba, like
that's one area where
they can scout guys and find a way to make it work. That area, whoever they bring in, I have confidence in.
Okay, Masters, you've had a great run on the S word. So you live in America. Are you going back to America soon, or how long are you in London for?
I mean, if when the Vinícius Jr. announcement is done,
we're heading to the Emirates.
We're gonna be in the Emirates.
Another parade.
I'm waiting around for that. So I'm gonna have that. We're gonna have Notting Hill Carnival. It's gonna be a great time next couple weeks.
You ain't going anywhere anytime
soon. Notting Hill Carnival, really?
Yeah.
Is that a bit of you?
Huh?
Notting Hill Carnival?
Does that me?
Yeah, you like it?
Wait, Sam, you don't go Notting Hill Carnival?
I've never been, mate.
You're
coming.
I've never been either. I need some recommendations. I need people to look out for me. I need to figure out. I don't mind rolling solo dolo, but I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to do this. All right.
I got you.
I'm reaching out to you and Flex, because Flex didn't tell me about Reggae Land. I missed out on Reggae Land.
You missed out? That was cold, man. You're missing out. That's
what I'm saying. I'm trying to be outside, bro.
No, you need to be outside.
But when this Vinny news happens, I'll be back at the Emirates. We'll be storming. We'll be having a good time. There'll be another parade. I'll be in Notting Hill Carnival.
So you're going to basically hang around in London?
I have season tickets to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I'll be here for Coventry. We bounce.
He's here, man.
Really?
I move where the money at. You know what I'm saying? So I move where the money at when Arsenal's playing.
Really?
So we'll be around.
Good, man. I like you, Master.
We'll be around. Yeah.
Not that you need my seal of approval, but you know,
it's nice to have another Arsenal fan, man.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't get a chance to talk about Liverpool, so I like you too for making this a whole Arsenal segment.
Yeah. Well, no, that was the point of view, wasn't it? Really, I guess is the Okay, one more question then before you go. Who do you think will be your biggest challenges next season?
There's no competition.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
There's no competition. It's they talk about treble loading. It's gonna be a year of trebles.
The producer thinks Gabby's a Man United fan. He thinks Man United in the title challenge. Someone needs to pop his billion, man.
I'm not sure about that.
Everyone got their big questions. We're bringing back everyone. Bruno Guimaraes, I think at that point just solidifies it. You bring in Vini, it's a wrap, bro.
It's scary,
and they still talking about Julian Alvarez maybe too. Listen,
where's Julian Alvarez come from?
To be fair, we was linked with him before Vinny. To be fair, and this Vinny stuff's
I don't know if that still happens. I don't know.
I reckon he goes Barcelona.
I mean, all those rumors of the Gyökeres swap. I don't know if that happens, but hey,
might be some.
Hey, no.
Might be some swap, right?
It's a necessary evil.
Yeah,
it's a necessary evil.
With Sir Alex Ferguson, they used to always tell me, that, and we saw it too.
Up.
Hey man, got to keep everybody on their toes. So
Jesus and Nelly been linked as well.
No, he didn't tell me. I'm saying everybody used, the people in the office that have been around him and told me all the stories of just how they never settled and they were never complacent. And I'm seeing that from Arsenal right now. So yeah, there's no competition.
The toughest question you have to answer though, because people want to know: is the S word coming back? Can you give us an exclusive?
That's what. Hey, listen. Hey, as soon as I find out, trust me,
you know, man.
We'll be back on there. I'll make sure Gas brings me back in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, for $3.99, I'll come back on there. We'll make sure the announcement.
For $3.99. You ain't getting $3.99 for this, pal. Not on talkSPORT 2, man.
I said $3.99.
Oh, $3.99.
Yeah, $3.99.
Oh, okay, that can happen there. All right, cool. Master.
You thought I said $3.99, man?
For you, wherever my head that one.
They're not even paying for my tube fee out here, man. It's all good though.
Yeah,
I had a great time, man. I really appreciate it.
Man, it's lovely to be around the fellow Arsenal fans.
Hey, come on, man.
Come on.
There's not many of us.
Come on.
It's Perry. It's everyone, man.
Come on.
Arsenal fans, we need to take over talkSPORT, man. We've had enough.
I mean, they're
And
literally
I'm just a
hugging.
cocky American too, so it makes it even better because they're just like, man, why is this American so cocky and stuff? And it irks people, and I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
You have irked me in the last 20 minutes. No, Master, nice to chat to you. We'll hopefully chat to you soon. You're listening to The Social on talkSPORT 2, brought to you by Final One Standing from William Hill, 18+. TheGambleAware.org.
Online.